I don't know what it is about him. It just feels so right. Have you ever heard a woman say that? Most men have. And we can't stop but to wonder if we can just appear right to the woman we want to attract. Here's the thing though. Women like to think that attraction is fate. And when the time comes, the right man will appear in their lives. But as rational men, we know better. Fate is nonsense. Anything can be engineered to feel right. Love doesn't have to be a game of chance. In Shogun Method, we experiment with love and attraction like engineers. And we can engineer and conjure desire by following a sequence. That's right, a sequence. A sequence you pull like a string of dominoes. Push the first one, and every other emotional block falls in perfect, devastating order. What she calls fate is really just a formula. Let's talk about that formula. We Shoguns call it the 7 steps to emotional surrender. Each step she takes brings her closer to her ultimate surrender to you. Mind, body, and soul. Think of it like a hidden roadmap inside her mind, and how a man who knows it, who masters it, can become her addiction, her obsession, her religion. Let's begin. The first step is desire. Remember, it always starts with a flicker, a glance, a split-second curiosity that dances just beneath her conscious awareness. Most guys try to earn a woman's attention. Wrong, because instead, she's the one who should be vying for a man's attention. Yours. Desire is triggered by bypassing her logical mind entirely. If you know Shogun Method, you'll know what to do. You drop an intrigue ping. You drop a tease wrapped in humor. You hit her with something that makes her question if you see right through her. She doesn't know why she wants more. She just knows she does. Her desire is sparked inside her, and she wants more of your attention. The second step is investment. Here's where 99% of guys get greedy. They get a little attention, and they start gushing, overqualifying, trying to seal the deal. But if you want her hooked, you stay calm. You make her invest in you. You flip the table. You get her asked to the questions. You force her to try to figure you out. Because once she invests emotionally, her brain starts rewriting the story. I must really like him if I'm trying this hard. In Shogun Method, we call this the hook point, and once you reach this milestone, it's game on. Step 3 is obsession. This is where she starts losing sleep. She checks her phone for your texts, replays your last conversation in her head, talks about you to her friends like she doesn't even realize she's doing it. But again, you don't push. You pull away. You give her your attention in controlled doses. Strategic silence is your weapon. Each interaction is laced with emotional volatility, unpredictability, and psychological spikes. You give her a taster of your affections and then withdraw. She loves it when she gets your attention and misses it when she doesn't. She calls it sexual chemistry. We Shoguns call it programming. Step 4 is vulnerability. This is when she starts cracking. She opens up. Maybe she shares something deep, a trauma, a childhood wound, something she has told no one in years. Every woman has a story hidden inside her that's bursting to be told. This is your cue. You do not comfort. You do not rescue. You witness. You make her feel seen without trying to fix her. This creates emotional imprinting so powerful, she begins to bond to you like a trauma survivor bonds to a savior. It's not just her romantic side that you're appealing to. You're tapping on something more primal and animalistic inside her feminine soul, and that's powerful. Step 5 is compliance. Here, she starts saying yes without questioning why. She agrees with you, defends you, changes her schedule around you. When it comes to you, she defaults to yes. This is where, as the Shogun engineer will tell you, the positive feedback loop starts. Every micro-interaction deepens her surrender. And if you've used the Black Rose sequence on her, her identity is now tied to you. And the mind will warp logic to protect identity. Her surrender is almost complete. Step 6 is attachment. This is where she mistakes her own emotional chaos for love. When you're not around, she feels anxious. When you text, it's like a drug hit. You've emotionally conditioned her nervous system to associate you with stability, release, meaning. Even if you're the one creating the tension. Especially if you're the one creating the tension. The drama you create sends tingles down her spine, and she loves it. The 7th and final step is surrender. This is the kill switch. This is the end game when her ego finally stops fighting it. She tells herself it must be destiny. He must be my soulmate, she gushes. It must meant to be. But here's the insidious truth. You just walked her through 7 steps like a puppeteer walking his marionette, and she never felt the strings. Here's what makes this so devastatingly effective. She wants to believe it was fate, so you let her. You let her romanticize it. You let her wrap your control in the silk of her own fairy tale. And when she finally says those words, "I've never felt this way about anyone before," you just smile, because you know, you wrote the script, you pulled the strings, and now she's yours. Remember this. Love isn't something you find, it's something you build. And if you understand these 7 steps to a woman's emotional surrender, you don't just build it, you own it. Let's be clear. You can keep stumbling through relationships like a blindfolded simp, begging for scraps, praying she feels the same way. Or you can learn how to hijack her emotions, override her logic, and make her fall so deep she thinks it's destiny. That's what the Shogun Method online masterclass at fractionation.org gives you. No sugarcoating, no Disney fairy tales, just raw psychological warfare that turns you from disposable to unforgettable. You want to keep being her option? Then walk away. But if you're ready to become the one man she can't get out of her head, then do the smart thing. Watch the Shogun Method online masterclass and turn the whole game upside down. Sign up now at fractionation.org before she gets enslaved by another man who already has.